video demonstrates how to graph a linear equation in slope-intercept form. Your first step is to get y alone. So I'm going to subtract an x from both sides of the equation. I can now write my equation out as y equals negative x plus 2. Once y is by itself, you then can identify what number in your equation is your slope. Slope is always the number located in front of the x, so in this case it's a negative 1. After you identify your slope, your next step is to identify which number is your y-intercept. That's where your line crosses your y-axis. The y-intercept is always the number that is being added or subtracted to the end of the equation. So in this example, the positive 2. Once this information has been identified, you can then begin graphing your linear equation. And you start off by plotting your y-intercept at positive 2. Once you've plotted your y-intercept, you then look to your slope. Negative 1, written as a fraction, is negative 1 over 1. The top number, negative 1, represents your rise. That will tell you if you need to move up or down. The bottom number is your run. That lets you know if you move left or right. From our intercept, we will move down 1 and to the right 1 and plot our second point. Once you have your second point plotted, you can then use a straight edge to connect them. You have now graphed the equation y plus x equals 2. For this second example, we will repeat the same steps as the previous problem. The first thing I'm doing is getting y alone, so I'm dividing both sides of the equation by 3. When I do this, the 3's on the left cancel out, and I'm left with y equals 4/3 x minus 4. I now have to identify the slope of the equation, and the slope again is the number located in front of the x. In this case, it is 4/3, and I'll leave it as a fraction. After identifying the slope, I have to then identify the y-intercept, and again, the y-intercept is the number that is being added or subtracted from the end of the equation. In this example, my y-intercept is going to be a negative 4. After I've identified this information, I can now graph my equation, starting with my y-intercept. It's at a negative 4, so I will count down from the origin 4 spots and plot a point. After that, I then have to look at my slope and decide where I will move from there. The 4 on the top represents the rise, so that will tell me how to move, whether it's up or down. The 3 on the bottom represents the run, so that will tell me how to move, whether it's left or right. From my y-intercept, I will move up 4 and to the right 3 units, plotting my second point. Once I have my 2 points plotted, I can then connect them using a straight edge. And I've just graphed the equation 3y equals 4x minus 12.